"You lost, sweetheart? This ain't the beauty salon." One cadet laughed as the woman walked through the corridor, her worn green flight suit clinging to her frame, unzipped just enough to trigger whispers from every uniformed man in the room. Her boots echoed against the floor, drowning in stares, smirks, and scoffs from soldiers barely older than boys. Another one nudged his buddy. "Must be Halloween. Who let the pin-up fantasy in the commissary?" They chuckled like a pack of hyenas, not even bothering to lower their voices. She said nothing, not a glance, just two brown paper bags in her grip and a calm, unreadable expression as she made her way past the line of cadets. But the deeper she walked, the louder the jeers got. "Bet she's just some officer's entertainment," one muttered behind her, "wearing that jacket like she earned it." That jacket, faded olive, fraying at the cuffs, one zipper tooth missing, was clearly too big for her. But stitched over the chest pocket was a patch. The colors dulled with age, the embroidery nearly rubbed away. But it was there. A name, a squadron, and one symbol that changed everything. A crimson lightning bolt splitting a pair of golden wings. And that's when the general stepped out of his office. He froze. Mid-sentence, eyes locked on the patch. His jaw slackened as if he'd seen a ghost from a war story long buried. The room fell silent like a gunshot had just gone off. The cadets straightened up, confused, as the general, the man who hadn't flinched in 2 decades of service, stood frozen in front of her. "Where did you get that jacket?" he asked, his voice low and strained. She finally met his eyes, calm, steady. "It was my brother's," she replied. "Captain Ray Monroe, Black Star Squadron." Silence. Every soldier in the room stiffened. Some blinked, trying to recall the name. One cadet whispered, "Black Star? Isn't that?" The general interrupted, but softer this time. He flew the impossible route over the Khazar line. 7 birds down, he got 5 men out alive. "And died carrying the 6th, she finished. Her voice barely above a whisper, but you could feel it ripple through the hallway like thunder. The general stepped forward, the sternness in his eyes now glazed with respect. And something deeper. Guilt. "Ray Monroe was the best damn pilot I ever trained. He had a sister, I remember. She was just a kid back then, always running around base with a toy plane. I grew up," she said, "and I joined. Not to fly, just to serve." One of the cadets finally stammered, "Wait, Mom, you're military?" She nodded. "Logistics, 4 years. Injured during a supply run in Kandahar, medical discharge." She raised her arm slightly, revealing a subtle scar along her shoulder. "I wear the jacket to remind me why I started, why we all start." The cadets who mocked her shrank where they stood. The general turned slowly to face the boys behind him. "Every year I watch you all swagger in here, thinking you're warriors because you can shout and run drills. You don't even know the history stitched into the fabric of that jacket. You mocked a legacy." He looked to the woman and gave a crisp, practiced salute. "I should be saluting you." She looked stunned, but returned it. Then the general addressed the room. "Let this be a lesson. Humility isn't optional. You don't know who you're talking to, and you don't get to define someone's worth by appearances. She didn't ask for respect, she earned it." One by one, the cadets started shifting, then slowly the first stepped forward and offered a salute. No words, just a nod of remorse. Then another, and another, until the entire hallway, once full of laughter and mockery, stood at attention, eyes forward, hearts pounding in shame and awe. The woman gave a soft smile, adjusted the paper bags in her hand, and said gently, "Ray used to say, courage isn't loud. It's quiet, like the sound of someone staying behind so the others can go home." As she walked past, no one spoke. The same men who had snickered at her now moved aside like a tide parting for a ship. And in their silence was something louder than any insult: respect. When she turned the corner, the general remained staring down the hall, almost as if seeing the shadow of a fallen comrade walk beside her. So, never judge someone by what they wear, because sometimes that worn-out jacket carries more honor than the cleanest uniform. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.